Hey guys, this is John, the Sea Monkey Dude here. I'm making another video for you. Decided to do something a little bit different. Typically, I'll do tank updates and show you guys what's going on with each one of my Sea Monkey tanks. We're up to 12 now, for those of you guys that are counting. I wanted to do something a little bit different today and just show what maintenance looks like. And so, today is Thursday, and I'm a man of routine and schedule. And it just makes life easier for me. And so I typically top off the water on Thursdays. So that's what I'm gonna do today. It's not a feeding day, so guess what? We're not feeding them. We're just gonna top off the water. And a lot of people ask about this. They say, well, how do you do it? Do you use tap water? Do you use filtered water? Do you use bottled water? What do you use? Do you have to add salt? Well, we're gonna go over that, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. And forgive me, I know this video is a little bit different than some of the other ones. I was trying to figure out how the hell I was going to record myself filling these Sea Monkey tanks with water. I really need a third hand. I only have two. So, I've got my phone, which is recording here, propped up over on the side of my desk. This is, it's against my coffee maker. And it's a weird angle, but this is the best I could get, you know, without having someone helping me here. My wife's at work, my kids are at school, the cats and dogs, they're no help. So this is what we get. So if this is a funky angle and you don't like it, hey, sorry, this is what we're working with here. So you can see a bunch of my Sea Monkey tanks over here. I got more up here. I'm not sure if I'm going to show you guys how I fill those ones, or if we're just going to talk about it. We'll see if I can get my phone sitting somewhere. This is going to be a weird video, okay? But yeah, I wanted to do a series on just maintenance. So on feeding day, we'll do the same thing. You know, you can watch me feed them. But what I typically do is get a cup. See, this one is from Pezomania 30-ish, which was last year. Let me get some crap out of my way here. For those of you guys that don't know me, when I'm not talking about sea monkeys, I'm usually talking about Pez. These are some cool Pez. This is my desk. It's not just where the sea monkeys live. This is where I do my business too. So if anyone wants to buy these Pez, these ones are for sale. Soft head Batgirl, $105. Got this really cool rooster with a yellow head, $31. Those are fair prices. So. All right, let's put some water in these sea monkey tanks. So I've got my cup, and a lot of people ask what type of water works best. Well, there's debates about distilled water, filtered water, spring water. I've seen some people say use tap water, but boil it and let it cool down. Now, screw tap water, all right? I know some people, they say they don't have access to bottled water. Well, if you've got sea monkeys and you're raising them, and you've got internet access and you're watching my video, you're blessed. You know, you've got money enough to pay for internet to, pay for your sea monkeys. I bet you can find some bottled water, and I highly encourage that if you can. So I've used spring water, I've used distilled water, and then I just got this purified drinking water, which looks like it's been purified by reverse osmosis. My wife picked it up at Target the other day. I'm sure it'll be just fine. But I think most people can agree, let's not use tap water if we don't have to. I take the water, you can see this jug's almost out. I pour some into the cup just because it's easier than trying to pour from this huge jug into sea monkey tanks. And then I just go down the list of tanks. We'll start up front here. We got the Japanese Magic Castle. And I see if it needs any water. Most sea monkey tanks have a fill line on them, including this one. The fill line is right there. Well, guess what? It's still pretty full. Don't really need to add any water to this one, so I'm not going to. We'll make sure we aerate it later today, but I'm not going to add any water to that one. Fun video so far, right? Next, we've got over here. I can move this Magic Castle out of the way. I don't usually do this, but hey guys, going on vacation. Closer to the wall. Enjoy. Ooh, that looks pretty like that. Anyways, next we've got our mini worlds. I've got 3 of them. You can probably only see one of them. But we're going to fill them with water. And they don't have a line. And some of my tanks, when I've filled with the recommendation, the recommended amount of water when I first set them up, I've taken a Sharpie marker and marked the line, like where the water level was. I didn't do that on these ones, but it's pretty close to the top, And if you're off by half an ounce, plus or minus, it's not the end of the world. It really isn't. So sea monkeys have a high tolerance for what salinity levels they can live in. So obviously when you add water, you don't need to add salt. Salt does not evaporate. Water evaporates. Salt stays in the tank. You don't need to add salt. So I'm just dumping some of this water in here. What's great about this is it mixes everything in there. When you pour in that water, it's stirring up all the crud that's at the bottom. Sea monkeys get excited. They're swimming around like, oh, it's a whirlpool or whatever. And I can see one swimming in there. She's swimming fast. There she goes. So that's really it. We're going to go down the line here, do the rest of them. Pouring water in, close to the top. Put the lid back on. Last mini world is the moon world back here. This is my oldest colony. It is now January of 2022. We started this moon world on Christmas Day, December 25th, 2020. So it's been almost 13 months, and we've still got sea monkeys in there. And we have not messed with who's in there. We haven't taken any out. We didn't do nursery tanks or anything like that, and we haven't put any more in either. So that's just descendants from those original guys. Pretty cool. All right, next one. We're gonna go back here. This is the Big Show tank, also known as the movie theater projector tank. It's pretty cool. One thing I don't like about it is you can see the sea monkeys here and up. The actual tank goes all the way down to here, so if you're looking at it straight on, they're down at the bottom. You don't see them. You're coming like, where the hell are my sea monkeys? And then they're down there and they're eating the algae at the bottom. You just don't get to see them all the time. Now this one does have a fill line. It's right there. It's pretty close to the fill line. We don't have a whole lot of evaporation going on here, but we can add a little bit more water. Like I said, I'm a man of routine, so even though we've got it wasn't too empty, I like to do this every Thursday. It's just a good habit. So added some in there. All right, the next one is, I think this one's called Ocean Adventure. It's escaping me. This one I got from Singapore. We've got a lot of babies in here right now, so we're going to fill that one up. This one does have a fill line. It's on the back. It's hard to see, but it's pretty much right close to the top, right before these holes that are in here. So I need some more water in here. Open up this other jug, pour this water. Wow, it's pretty full. Get your money's worth at Target. That is filled all the way to the top. I'm going to move my phone out of the way because I don't want to spill water on it. It's water resistant, but still don't want to spill water on my phone. If I make a mess here, you guys are going to see it, so don't laugh at me. This is why I use the cup. Alright, I only spilled a little bit, not too much. And that's why we got that blue towel down there. Keep my desk clean from water spills or dusty sea monkey food or anything like that. Okay. We've got our Pesimania cup filled. Going back to our Ocean Adventure tank, that's this one with the orange lid that looks like a big cylinder. This has a two-part lid. I keep the other part off. You know, this orange lid is the inner part. There's another part that screws on, helps keep it on better. I don't know why you need two parts. Also, there's little vents right here. You can't really see them in the video, in the front and in the back. I got the air line going in the back ones. What's nice is if I'm careful, I can just pour the water right through those vents. Don't have to take that big lid off. So we're gonna pour in the water, get it right up to where it needs to be. There we go. Good job. Nice. Mixes everything up. All right, next we've got the Sea Monkey Super Set. This is on the Sea Monkey International website to purchase. This is not available on the North American Sea Monkeys web store. But hey, if you got friends in Australia or in some other countries, they can buy it and ship it to you. Yeah, that's what I did. So it doesn't come with a lid. I put this Tupperware lid on there just to help reduce the amount of evaporation, so I'm not going through water as fast. This one evaporated pretty quick without a lid. And what I did was on this one, I think you can see it a little bit there. You see a little black line? That's the fill mark. That's where they recommend you fill it to. So when I first started the tank, I just took a Sharpie and marked the tank. So we're gonna pour some water in here, right up to that fill line. There we go. Those guys are swimming around. The dust is floating around. You know, you get that dust at the bottom of your tank, all that sediment. People ask, what is that? You know, and it's a good question. So it's a combination of things, and it's okay. It's supposed to be there, you know. So I called it dust. Part of it is dust. You know, that's why I like putting a lid on here. It reduces the amount of dust that falls into your tank. But some definitely still falls in. So some of it's dust. Some of it is excess food, sea monkey food. A lot of it is sea monkey poop. Sounds gross, but you know what? They poop. They're animals. I think almost every animal poops, right? And where does that poop go? To the bottom of the tank. Some of it might be algae that's growing a little bit, right? When you get more algae, you know, you can tell it's green, and sometimes it looks leafy, or it sticks to the side of the tank, but it could be a little bit of algae growing down there. Part of it is sea monkey exoskeletons. You know, sea monkeys are mollusks, you know, it's a type of animal. They shed their exoskeleton just like a crab does, you know, and they do that, if they live to maturity, I believe they do it 7 times in their lifetime. And sea monkeys can be mature, you know, if they're in good environments, they can reach full adulthood in a month or 2. So let's just say it takes 2 months. That means every single one that made it to that stage of their life has shed their exoskeleton 7 times. So if you've got, you know, 10 sea monkeys, that means you've got like 70 exoskeletons down there. And they decay and turn into dust, turn into that crap at the bottom of your tank, right? And it's okay. It becomes part of the ecosystem. So you've got food, you've got algae, you've got dust, you've got poop, you've got exoskeletons, right? Dead sea monkeys, part of it too. These things don't live forever, just like every living thing on our planet. No one lives forever, no plants, no animals, no people. But these guys, they don't live a super long time either. You know, they've got a shorter lifespan than most other animals that people keep as pets. So the dead sea monkeys, they go down there and they decay, they turn to dust, become part of that ecosystem. Again, that's okay. That's how their life is. Anyway, back to watering these guys. We just did the superset. That's this fishbowl looking one. Might be hard to see, but back here next to it, I've got an Imagicarium. Not Imag, it's just called Magicarium, not Imagicarium, right? Magicarium. I think that's what it's called. It's basically, I don't think you can see it really well, but it's an ocean zoo with a glow-in-the-dark bottom. It's got a blue lid and a magnifier built into the lid, but it's pretty much an ocean zoo. Which I think if you're into sea monkeys, you know what an ocean zoo is. That's the oval-shaped standard sea monkey tank. You see it for 15-20 bucks at the drugstore or online, right? That's what I had as a kid. Those of you guys that are my age or older and had sea monkeys as kids, that's probably what you had as a kid too. When I became a teenager, they started coming out with some of these really cool tanks, like these mini worlds. Those might be even when I was a young adult. I don't even think I was a teenager. I think I was a full-grown adult when those things came out. But they didn't have a whole lot of cool tanks when I was a kid. They were all ocean zoos, which we thought were great. All right, next, back here, we have got, you know, you can't even see it. I told you, this video is going to be weird, and if you guys don't like it, sorry. Alright, I'm just doing this so you can see what we're looking at. I'm not going to hold the phone while I do this, because if I try to look at you guys and pour water, I'm going to mess it up, and I'm going to pour water all over the place and make a big mess. And I don't want to do that. So, just showing you what we got here. We did the Magicarium, which, okay, there we go, it's over there, the one with the blue lid, that one that looks like the big margarita glass or fishbowl glass, that's what we're doing next. That's the Smess Sea Monkeys Executive Supersized Suite. We're going to pour some water in there, I've got lines drawn on there so I know what the water level is. This one holds 48 ounces. It's the big one, right? All right, put the phone back down, guys. Okay. It's hard to rest it. There we go. All right, I got water in here. Guess what? We're gonna pour it. There we go. Mixes it up. Those guys are swimming around in their dust, stirring up the water. That's good for them. And again, this one didn't come with a lid. I like to keep as much dust out as possible. Can't keep 100% of it out. That's not gonna happen. So again, I took a Tupperware lid, altered it a little bit with scissors, and I put it right back on the top here. I will quickly show you guys my other tanks. I don't know how I'm going to be able to show you guys putting water in them because I don't have a good place to put my phone. But I think you get the gist of it. We fill the water to the water lines. I do it once a week. I've seen some people wait longer and wait till the water goes way down low. I mean, when you do that, the salinity rises because you've got less water and the same amount of salt in there. And I think there's pros and cons to that. And I'm not a scientist. I'm not going to get into all that, and I don't want to start a debate either. But if you've got info on that, feel free to comment. But yeah, once a week works well. The water level drops a little bit, get it back to where it goes. It's a good routine. I don't think about, okay, how often should I do this? It's Thursdays, right? So, all right, we've got 3 other tanks. I'll show you what they are in case you haven't seen them on my other videos. But, okay. If you can see up top here. Right here, we've got a beer growler, do-it-yourself tank. Got a bunch of babies in there right now. I'm not going to zoom in and show you. Trust me, they're in there. We've got this new one, the Ocean Treasure. This was available in the UK. I don't know if it's available anywhere in the US yet. I bought it off eBay, maybe? eBay or British Amazon, one of the two. It's pretty cool. These guys are doing well. I'm going to fill that with water in a second here. It doesn't look like it needs a whole lot. Actually, the beer growler doesn't need any. We got tons in there. It's got a very small opening at the top, so less water evaporates out of there. And then we've got the cool one, right? If I can get in and show you guys. There we go, right there. That's a space shuttle tank. I know that one's sort of highly sought after. A friend of mine just got one too, so I'm excited for him. It's on the way to his house right now. So this is the space shuttle tank from NASA. It's got sea monkeys swimming in there right now. Looks like I just need a little bit more water. One thing I was going to mention too, a lot of these come with a fill line. I forgot to mention this earlier. If you don't have a fill line, if you're just looking at a regular Ocean Zoo tank, something like that, not all of them have the fill lines. I think some of the newer ones do. When I was a kid, they didn't have a fill line on them. What you were supposed to do is fill to the top of the highest magnifier. So a lot of sea monkey tanks have magnifiers on the sides, which is great, helps us see them, especially when they're babies because they're so tiny. And usually you got 4 or 5 magnifiers. This treasure one up here has got 3. You know, the Magic Aquarium has got 4. So wherever, they're all circular. You know, you can see, I'm sure you've seen them. Just fill to the top of the highest magnifier. Obviously, they want you to use the magnifier to see the sea monkeys, so the water should be at least that high. And I read it in one of the sea monkey handbooks or instruction books that came with one of the sets. It's filled to the top of the highest magnifier. So that's a great rule of thumb if you don't want to measure the water and measure 12 ounces or whatever they hold. So anyway, that's it. This took a lot longer than I thought. This isn't really a short video. Typically when I'm filling the water, I'm not explaining it to people, so I went a little bit slower today. But that's how it works. I fill them once a week. Don't use tap water, all right? Use bottled water. If you can't get bottled water, try, you know. If you have to use tap water, if you really have to, boil it and then let it sit for a day, right? Tap water isn't good, and the reason I say that, because I've seen some people online in different forums disagree, and they say, yeah, I use tap water and my sea monkeys live for years. Well, good for you. That's great. You know, I'm glad they did. Tap water is different in every part of the world, right? Even I live in the United States. I live in Michigan. Even all 50 states here have different types of tap water. Even within states, different cities and different counties have different water. Some of it's treated with chlorine and fluoride, and some of it has minerals added, and some of it is filtered differently than others. So if I go south and go into Ohio, the tap water there is going to be different than the tap water at my house. And, it may be better or it may be worse for sea monkeys. And I don't think there's anyone in our country that knows what the tap water is like in every city, in every state. Not to mention all the other countries in the world, like 200 countries, right? And God knows what the tap water is like everywhere else. So, it might be good, might not be good. Just don't use it. We know that the bottled water is good, right? So, anyway, I'm John. I'm the Sea Monkey Dude. Feel free to like and subscribe if you like my content. Share it if you want. These Sea Monkey videos seem to be popular, so I'm going to keep making them for you guys. And if you want to see what else I like, watch my other videos. I got a wife, I got kids, I got pets, I got Pez. See a bunch of Pez back there? Yeah, Pez is my real hobby. Got a lot of it. But feel free to watch my other videos, learn more about me. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.